never stops. The Detroit Pistons, yo, 6 in a row, 6 in a row, just knocked off the Philadelphia 76ers in a nail biter, in a gut check. Woo, this game had me in my feels, man. But you know what? We was hoping. We was hoping, bruh. We was hoping. This is what I call basketball. This is what I call hooping. This is the game I love. This is it. This is it. Yo, I can't wait to dive into this. Smash the like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Remember, it's a little thing for you, big thing for the channel. Totally appreciate all the love and support. Yo, let's get into this. Let's get into this. This was one hell of a game. One hell of a game. Let me just say, we ain't in Kansas no more, right? If you ever seen Wizard of Oz from back in the day, we ain't in Kansas no more. It ain't where things were nice and comfortable and sweet and everything was just right and you ain't got to worry about nothing and all the sheets is smooth and the pillows is just fluff just right and the blanket is just soft and everything is just chill. No, no, no. It's gritty, it's grimy, it's muddy, it's murky, it's fighting, it's clawing, it's scrapping. That's how we win. That's how we gotta win. That's how we look. We ain't like OKC with J Dub and SGA and Isaiah Joe and a bunch of guys who can swish threes and LeGuin's Dort. You know, they got a little grit there, but you know they're gonna knock down a bunch of threes and it looks real nice. Case and Wallace and Hartenstein, like it just all flows. No, 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 no. We gotta murk this shit up. We gotta scrap. We gotta fight. There gotta be some elbows, a couple of techs. Definitely a whole lot of free throws. Definitely some foul trouble. We gonna need a couple of rah roo guys getting in their face. We gonna need because this is where we are at. This is where we are at. Let's just be 100. Let's keep it. Can we keep it a band? Can we be real? Can we be honest? Can we be fully honest? If it was just up to our offense, we would not be a good team. Let's keep it a band. Let's keep it real. If it was just about offense, we would not be a good team. Last season with Jaden Ivey, they had offense. They had Beasley. They had Tim Hardaway Jr. They had Jaden Ivey. They had Cade Cunningham. They had Jalen Duren. They had a whole lot of offense. And they wasn't winning. We were struggling. We were struggling. But then Asar Thompson comes back. And Asar Thompson completely changes the face of this team. Remember, we had Isaiah Stewart during that time too. It wasn't this team yet. Asar Thompson arrives. We become a dynamic defensive team. That was what spurred our run to 44 wins. That was what gave us a chance against the New York Knicks. Being able to deploy him on Jalen Brunson. I'm not going to say like it was all him, but sometimes you need certain factors that just, it changes things. It shifts things. Having that guy shifts things. Asar Thompson ripping Quentin Grimes with about 30 seconds to go and getting down the court and giving us that possession, which ended up being a long possession because I think we shot the ball and there was an offensive rebound and we got the ball back. That play was a symbolic moment of why the Detroit Pistons are so special. Now, I can also point to Cade Cunningham dunking, booming on Andre Drummond, who had a monster game in his own right. I thought that this is what I thought to myself midway through the game, at least when I got to about the third to fourth quarter. I said, this is the difference between a veteran team and a young team. A veteran team would have said, Andre Drummond is killing us on the boards, offensive glass, putbacks. He's even hitting threes and free throws, I think. And then you have Jalen Duren taking Drummond off the bounce in that first quarter I think in the second quarter too, getting to the free throw line, drawing fouls on him. And I said, why aren't the Pistons deliberately exploiting that matchup? Why are they not saying, you know what? We're going to give the ball to Duren right around the free throw line, run this little dribble handoff action, but he's going to keep it and he's going to attack Drummond. And let's see if we can get him into foul trouble. Because if we get him into foul trouble, we can then control the boards. But we didn't do it. Offensively, if that was what we needed to have a high-tuned offense to win games, we would not be that good of a team. It is our defense. It is our hustle. It is our grit. It is our grind. It is our toughness, our physicality, game in, game out, from beginning to end, that allows us to pull out these games. And then Cade brings us home. Look, this group is special, man. This group is special. These 6 games in a row, and best believe Philly is a good team. Philly is a good team. This was a true testament to our identity and our culture. This is why those things are so important. Because when everything else is failing, Cade Cunningham with only 2 points all the way into the third quarter, shooting 1 for 9 from the field, missing free throws and layups. Not having Isaiah Stewart, not having Tobias Harris, not having Jaden Ivey, not having Marcus Sasser. And we still pull out this win against a playoff team. Oh, Nick Nurse knew how to coach. Nick Nurse effectively was able to take away our pick and roll. Effectively. But here's the thing I will say. We didn't make all the plays on the offensive end, but we made enough. We made enough of the plays. Now, our veterans showed up. Let me give them props because I'm on their top. I'm on their head when they not. When they don't show up, I'm on them. So I got to give them props when they do show up. Duncan Robinson, yo, you had a game. 17 points. I know you fouled out. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 3 steals. Shot 4 of 9 from 3. 5-11 from the field. This is the Duncan Robinson that we've been waiting for. This guy. Now, if I'm honest, Duncan Robinson's best 3-point shot is a kick out off of an offensive rebound. It's his cleanest look. It's his most reliable, consistent look. But he was able to give us a couple of threes that were like, all right, we'll take it. We'll take it. That's the type of team we are. We're the type of team, look, we will take what we can get. Asar Thompson had a 3. And he had that pull-up jumper right in Quentin Grimes' face. Now, he must have something against Quentin Grimes. Because he's out there taking it to him. He's out there taking it to him. This was a great game. A great game. Hang on 1 second. Did you take your bath all the way? All right. All right. Did you brush your teeth? All right. Sorry. Still got to be a dad. Asar Thompson. I almost got a little upset at him. He got the steal from Quentin Grimes in the fourth quarter. 30-some seconds left. And he pulled it out. And if I'm honest with you, this was he did it 2 to 3 times in the fourth quarter. He attacked, got into the paint, that 8 to 10 foot range, that I know he's got that pull-up jump shot. And he turns it down and he kicks it out. Only for someone else who he kicked it out to attack the basket and take a shot from the same exact spot he passed it out from. And I was kind of frustrated. And I said, man, I would give Asar Thompson a really good grade for this game, B plus, A minus, if it wasn't for these turned down shots. But then I had to remember, my man sprained his ankle in the first quarter. My man, Asar Thompson, sprained his ankle in the first quarter. I believe he didn't even come back until the second half. So we did not have the lift or the explosiveness that we are used to, accustomed to seeing from Asar Thompson. And that's tough. That was really tough. I'll say this. Hell of a game from Asar Thompson. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. To come back in and be a primary defender on Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Quentin Grimes, a key steal. He had 3 steals in this game. Only 2 turnovers, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 14 points, only 1 foul. I was almost going to complain that I was waiting for these dynamic plays that I'm used to him making. And then I remember, oh, he's playing hurt. He's playing on one leg. He doesn't have the lift that we're used to seeing. So he may not be able to fly in from the weak side like we're used to seeing. He may not be able to jump the passing lanes as we were used to seeing. And yet he still ended up with 3 steals. Hell of a game from Asar Thompson. The gut check, that internal competitive drive that we see Jalen Duren and Asar Thompson getting into it, talking about a defensive play, expectations. Yo, let me not leave out my man JD. JD ended the game with 5 fouls, plus 6 on the night, 21 points, 16 rebounds. Shot 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Great job. 1 assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks. It should have been 3. He had a third block. I think it was on Tyrese Maxey. I don't know if they counted it. He had a dominant game. Once again, he shows up as Robin. He shows up as Robin. He shows up and is that number 2. Cade, you got 30, I'm going to get 30. You got 20-something, I'm going to get 20-something. I'm going to find my way to being the offensive contributor that this team needs in order to be in position for you to take us home. Hell of a game from Jalen Duren. And I also have to say, you know, I got on my man's top during the preview for this game. I forget his name, Ty something, who's talking about Jalen Duren could be an all defensive team member. Look, I'm not ready to call him an all defensive team member yet. This was a really good defensive game from Jalen Duren. Kudos. Great game. I need to see more consistent games like this, because this is who we expect you to be when you're betting on yourself, especially in these contract negotiations, saying, I deserve this. These are the games that say exactly that. These are the games, these are the wins, these are the moments. If you ever seen Jerry Maguire, and Cuba Gooden's character that he's playing the wide receiver catches that touchdown in the end zone, catches it, falls, everybody thinks he's hurt, and everyone's chanting his name. And he's like, oh, let me enjoy this moment. And as he's enjoying this moment, he's about to get up, pans to the box seats, and you've got Jerry Maguire looking at the general manager for the team, for the Cardinals. And he looks over at Jerry, and Jerry goes, that's what Jalen Duren's agent is doing right now with Trajan Langdon. He's looking over at Trajan going, pay me. Pay him. And Trajan's looking back at him the same way the other general manager that he said, I know. Ray Floyd, Cade looks good. Cade looks amazing, bro. Cade is that dude who knows how to put on a Superman cape. Put on a Superman cape. But this is why I keep saying this team is so talented and still has such a long way to go. Still has such a long way to go. Because you don't always want to have to rely upon a superhuman effort in a fourth quarter to pull out a game. We saw in this game why veterans are so important. Because veterans know how to play and win these games. These tough physical games where the referees are going to call it differently. There's going to be less room for error. We saw Bobby Clement. He got a quick 5.5 minutes. Struggled mightily. And it wasn't because he wasn't giving great effort. It wasn't because he wasn't in the right position. It's because he hasn't had enough experience yet. He hasn't had enough minutes. I keep saying if he was on a team like the Brooklyn Nets, he'd be getting mad playing time and he'd be developing way faster. But he's playing on a playoff team. And so now he's got to wait. He's got to figure it out. He has the energy. He's in position. Now he has to figure out how to make those plays. I'm attacking the basket. More physicality is going to be let go. I have to be able to play through the physicalness and still be in position to be able to score and be effective. He wasn't able to. We had to pull him out. Ron Holland, I'm going to be honest, struggled. He got the start. He was a +8 on the night, which isn't bad. Ended up with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. If I'm honest, the moment seemed a little bit too big for him. He fell in love with the 3-point shot, shot 2 of 7. Ended up 3 of 15 from the field. This was a rough outing. Took the second most shot attempts on the team. The moment was a little bit too big for him. And I think hitting that 3 in the first quarter, I think did him a disservice. Because in his mindset, he went, oh, I'm a shooter. I can knock down these threes. And the Philadelphia 76ers said, perfect. You do just that. No, don't attack the paint. No, don't try to get downhill. No, don't put pressure on us and potentially put us in foul trouble. No. You be a shooter. It's what we call fool's gold. Somebody hits 1 from 3, and all of a sudden, if you a vet, you just kind of grin to yourself and be like, yeah, he with us. Because he about to miss his next 5. Ron Holland struggled in this game. And for those of us who, including myself, have said, man, Ron Holland has a lot of potential if he gets an opportunity similar to Bobby Clement. If they get an opportunity to be in that starting lineup, they have an opportunity to grow into being a starting level talent a lot sooner than we would have thought. And I still believe that. But this is game 1 of getting a start. First time. It was supposed to look rough. And we still gutted out the win. Ron can still lean on the culture and identity of the Detroit Pistons. He was still able to lean on that. His shot wasn't dropping. He made a key shot in the end, right? Little pull-up jumper. I love it. Got downhill, pulled up over the top. It looked smooth, like he's done it a million times. Knocked it down when we needed it. He was confident. He was ready. He did it. Still shot 3 of 15. Ron's a hooper. And that's why we love him. And we're going to need him. We're going to need Ron. I want to pull up our upcoming game schedule because I believe we're playing a back-to-back. If I'm not mistaken, we are playing a back-to-back. Somebody look up. Who do we have tomorrow night? Go like this. Detroit Pistons schedule. We have the Washington Wizards tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That's a trap game. I remember I told y'all that was a trap game. That is a trap game. And then we have the Bulls on Wednesday. If I'm JB Bickerstaff, this is what I would do. I would sit Cade. I would sit Cade. The reason why I would sit Cade Cunningham is for this reason. This team has to get used to playing without him. They have to get more accustomed to playing without him. We need to start seeing who is ready to contribute. Asar Thompson, I might sit him out too. He's got the ankle, sit him. Duran, I might be willing to play Duran. Minimal minutes, right? I'm not going to play him 40 minutes unless he's dropping a 40-20 game. He played 37 minutes tonight. Had a hell of a game. But I wouldn't be shocked if he sits Jalen Duran. And let's play the other guys. Let's play Bobby Clinton. Let's give Chaz Anier some burn. Let these veterans air it out. Duncan Robinson, Karis LeVert. Let's see Dennis Jenkins get some burn. Let's see what you got out there. You're going up against a Washington Wizards team that's a young team, still figuring out how to win in the NBA. They have a lot of talent, a lot of length, a lot of speed, a lot of defense, a lot of athleticism, but they don't have the experience. And this is a good game to see our backups, see what they can do. This is where you're playing for April, not November. You're playing for June and May, not for November. These are the chess moves versus the checkers moves. These are the Bobby Clinton. I've been seeing you kind of coming these last couple of games, right? You've been getting some more playing time. We may need you in this upcoming stretch. I'm not sure when Tobias Harris is coming back. I'm not sure. Ghost Keeper, I hope Sasser plays tomorrow. I do too, but it sounded like he was getting reassessed in another 4 weeks. So I don't think that he's going to be back anytime soon. This is a game that, as a coach, I would say I want to see my young guys. Clinton, I want to see what you got. I want to see what you got. You have 5 minutes where you're a little bit kind of off. And to be honest, Bobby Clinton, I keep saying he looks best when he's playing around the starters versus the backups. I love seeing him move without the ball, scoring on backdoor cuts, getting out in transition, moving off the ball to knock down threes versus trying to create his own shot. I think he will be able to get there, but he needs the reps. Tolu Smith, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Come off the bench behind Paul Reed. Right? I might even give him a start. Like these are the things that Greg Popovich used to do. These are the types of moves that the veteran coaches know to take advantage of this moment. You got a tough stretch. You got a lot of games in a short amount of time. You've got a back-to-back. You've got a team that is a young, hungry team. You just finished beating a playoff team. Take this opportunity. If it means you get a loss in the win-loss column, you may get a win in terms of your depth moving forward. Think about how good Adam Bona looked in this game. Adam Bona, Trendon Watford, these guys played a major part in keeping Philly in the game. But that's because they also got a lot of playing time last season. Trendon Watford in Brooklyn, Adam Bona in Philly. They took that experience, built on it, and now they are contributors for a playoff team. I think this is a good opportunity to sit Duren, sit Cade, sit Asar Thompson with the ankle. You got Tobias Harris still working back his ankle. You got Isaiah Stewart with the ankle. Jaden Ivey, he should be getting the reevaluation sometime this weekend, this week. Right? This is a time where you see who is ready. Who's ready to play Detroit basketball? This is a game I would love to see Dennis Jenkins start and get 30-something minutes. Just let him be a floor general. Let him play. Let him play. Let him play. We got Karras. We've got Duncan. We've got Ron. Ron will still be in the starting lineup. We have Paul Reed. You guys know your roles. You know what to do. You're coming off a big win. You're feeling good. Karras LeVert, Duncan Robinson coming off a good gameplay, a good win. This is an opportunity to reinforce that. Let's get Chaz Anir off the bench. Let's get Bobby Clinton off the bench. Tolu Smith. Let's let some of these guys come in and show what they can do. There's absolutely no reason to try to weigh on Cade Cunningham on a back-to-back. I know he's going to want to play. As a coach, you got to say, it's not about you. It's not about you, Cade. It's about this team. It's about this team. Duren, you may want to play. It's not about you right now. I need you to cheer these guys on. Be in their ear on the bench. Give them that confidence, that vote of confidence. I believe they're playing at home against the Wizards, right? They're going back home. They get to sleep in their own beds. Let them know in warm-ups, hey, you're going to start. Cade, Asar, Duren, you're going to sit. Karras, you're going to start. Jenkins, you're going to start. And let's see what this team has. Or maybe you start Karras LeVert with Duncan Robinson, Ron Holland, and Bobby Clinton, along with Paul Reed. And then you got Tolu Smith off the bench. You got Dennis Jenkins, Chaz Anir. And you got your rotation. This was a hell of a game. This was a hell of a game. And we're not even 10 games in yet. We're 7-2 right now? 7-2? That's our record. Let's keep this momentum going, but let's not lose sight of the prize. Let's not lose sight of the prize. Trying to get to a championship. Remember, our championship window is not this year, it's next year. We're still seeing what we got in these guys. We know we've got a superstar. We're 8-2. Got you. So we're 10 games. We're at 10 games. We got another 72 games to go. Y'all remember that. This is why you got to pace yourself. That's an even bigger reason why we should sit Cade and Duren right now. You have another 72 games to go. Go on and rest. Go on and rest. Recover. Be a coach on the sideline. Get some treatment with the trainers so that you'll have Monday and Tuesday off before a rematch with the Bulls, who's a hungry young upstart team who has a lot to prove. And we need to get our lick back. We need to get our lick back from that first opening night game where I believe they beat us at home in Detroit. We got to get our lick back. I don't want to go too far in it because I'm also going to go live tomorrow morning. Let me say this. This was a great team win. We did enough of what we had to do on offense. And we leaned on our defense. And it showed. Everyone showed up defensively. Whether it was Javonte Green, Keith Steele, weak side rebounding, flying in from the backside. Bobby Clintman's energy, even if it was just for 5 minutes, his energy was there. Paul Reed was fighting Adam Bona. Remember, Paul Reed is not a natural center. He's a forward. He's a long, lanky guy playing out of position because his college team needs him to play a bigger position. And he got to Philly, and they're like, this is how you get playing time here. You got to play center. You got to use your length and athleticism and energy to get rebounds and block shots and defend the rim and run the court and set screens. And he's going up against Adam Bona, who has another 20 pounds on him and is a natural center. It's almost like a boxing match where you see a guy moving up from 140 pounds to 147, 154. And then you got a natural 154 pounder who walks around at 170 something, 180 something. That's the difference between Adam Bona and Paul Reed. Paul's going up in weight class. Adam Bona is a natural. It's a natural center. And it showed. Adam Bona was able to get offensive rebounds. He's able to do a lot. Say all that to say, Paul Reed still fought. He brought it. Got the reverse dunk after the technicals, after the double fouls, all the jawing and yapping. He's moving without the ball, coming off of a screen, catches, one dribble, reverse dunk. Right? Guys stepped up all the way down the roster. If you played a part in this win. Props to you. But yo, I want to leave it there for tonight. Hell of a win for the Detroit Pistons. I like to leave us with something. I always like to leave us with something. You know what's funny is about good times. That good times can cause us to forget to do the right things. And a lot of times we judge our life by if it feels good or bad. And we may not recognize sometimes that the bad, the moments that don't feel good, the challenges that are unexpected, the experiences that we would rather not have are the very things that are preparing us or moving us in the direction that we need to go to be prepared for what's next in life. And so keep in mind sometimes that when it doesn't feel good, it doesn't mean that it's wrong and it's bad. Sometimes it's good competition. Sometimes it's good weight to get you stronger, to curl, get up off that bench press, to squat, to get stronger. And sometimes when it feels real easy and real light, that might be working against you because you begin to think that that's how it's supposed to be. You think you're not supposed to have any resistance. You think you're not supposed to be getting stronger. And sometimes that's because we have a limited view of our direction in life. Look, anything that's living is growing. And anything that's growing grows through resistance. So keep that in mind. With that, I'm going to get at y'all tomorrow morning. Peace, love, get some rest, get some sleep, stay hydrated, kiss your loved ones. And I'm going to see y'all in the morning. Peace.